The SEC basketball season always brings a few constants. Take Kentucky, who once again is the favorite to win it all. Its coach is surely a favorite of the media. You know how Coach Cal is, though. I guess it's no surprise he has the most cameras in front of him over there, huh?
Definitely. He's a handsome coach, so.
We won't debate who the most handsome head coach is. We know this, though. Billy Donovan gets paid handsomely in Gainesville to bring home SEC titles. This year, the head Gator expects more of the same, where he tells us he's on the verge of signing a 5-year contract extension. Being a Gator for the past 16 years isn't something Billy takes for granted.
And I don't want to say this coach's name, but I'll tell the story. You know, he was telling me, he said, "Billy, you don't know how fortunate you are that you've been able to stay at one place for so long." He says, "I've been here for 3 years, there, you know." He says, "My daughter's grown now." And she came to me and she says, you know, she's getting married, and she says, "I don't know where to get married. I don't know where home is. Where's home?" And he said it broke his heart.
While Dean Donovan has the longest SEC tenure of any men's coach, nobody can compete with the track record of Pat Summitt, who enters her 38th season in the league, but is facing the toughest battle of her life. This year, the Vols' legendary coach was diagnosed with early stages of Alzheimer's disease, which she insists won't keep her off the court. A court which will now feature her protege and former All-American turned LSU head coach Nikki Caldwell. Now, the two have several similarities, but how are Caldwell and Summitt different?
I don't have her stare. Like, I don't have the piercing blue eyes, but I definitely have taken a lot from her.
I bet she uses that stare sometimes. I'd let her borrow a little of it. She probably needs it every now and then.
She probably got one of her own.
Many SEC stares will await rookie head coaches this season. You have Tennessee's Quanzo Martin and Arkansas's Mike Anderson. Anderson is poised to have his Hogs back where he knows they belong.
There's a buzz. I mean, there's hope again. I think, you know, people had the opportunity to see in the last 9 years. I came here at UAB, and of course, you know, basketball was pretty good here while I was here. And then, of course, going to Missouri, and now let's see if we can go and create that same atmosphere, same type atmosphere at Arkansas.
New coaches in the SEC, and there will be new standings, or make that standing. For the first time since 1991, out with the East and the West, the SEC basketball brethren will come together and compete in one division, which should benefit everybody.
Alabama would have finished 4 games ahead of Tennessee in the standings last year if we listed 1 through 12. And Tennessee got in the tournament and Alabama didn't.
Going 12-4 in the league and winning the West and being a game away from winning the overall conference, we were still perceived to be in I guess, the weaker division. So I think having it listed as one league this year hopefully will help the perception nationally of our league.
And the other side of it is one half is so strong, that 4th or 5th team, who's an NCAA tournament team and maybe an Elite 8 team, gets rocked because of what they have to go through in the schedule.
So who knows what will happen in the SEC this year. We do know this, the last games will be played in New Orleans at the SEC basketball tournament. By then, we'll know if Kentucky, Florida, and Vandy are for real, or possibly if LSU, Arkansas, and Georgia can surprise. That's a story here at SEC Basketball Media Days. Mike Neighbors for CST Tonight.